outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield. He finds McCoy. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Mayfield off the play fake. Out left to Shaheen. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. Here's Mayfield. This for his running back, McCoy. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, Conner. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. The 7th play now, this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he'll be corralled right around the... From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Play fake. Cousins. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's going to look deep for Moore. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Here's 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Escaping the pressure right. Open here, Adam Thielen. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. On fourth down, Cousins departs. On comes the Viking kicker, Daniel Carlson, for the field goal. This one from 46 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Three nothing after one on EA Sports.
3, Dolphins nothing.
On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Following the interception, Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. On play action, Cousins. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had...
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers. And they're going louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. That's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Christian Wilkins on the stop. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Got a man open, that's Devontae Parker, complete. Sheds off the tackle, and he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for Miami.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll find Parker again. Complete. Oh, he put it on the carpet. A fumble. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Gaskin. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw, Mayfield. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Play action now. Cousins. They'll roll it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Throwing, Cousins. He's going to look deep for more.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there, and it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there for the Dolphins.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. Touchdown, Vikings!
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. They've got his man complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that gives them a 3-point lead.
Vikings 10. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 3rd down, Cousins. To the right side, and he's got more complete.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Cousins. Open man is Myers. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 7.
One.
Cousins now from the 50. Powers through him. He can't get him down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
10 at the 41-yard line.
First down. Here's Cousins. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and...
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Another run with Gaskin. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. This is Gaskin on the carry. Now he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to look deep for more.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
They go play action. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Rondale Moore.
His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll run now with Gaskin.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McCoy. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Mayfield lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Here now, Johnny Townsend standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. That was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Touchdown! Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. It's an important touchdown run. Now they're really beginning to pull away.
Not too long ago, but since then, they've hit the accelerator, and they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter, and I don't see them looking back.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Dolphins 13.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Mayfield on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Mayfield looks to throw. Finding Gaskin underneath. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
And the Dolphin first down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickups. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. Room to run for Gaskin. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Dolphins 19. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They run again on first down. Cook. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 12.
Cousins here to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Makes the score Vikings 38, Dolphins 26. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
They run the counter with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Again, it's Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Thielen.
And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Throwing here, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run the counter. It's Cook. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
There he goes, right side. The 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe.